I had the incredible Ed Catmull on my podcast recently. Ed's the inventor of computer animation. He's the CEO of Pixar and then Disney. Incredible hero of mine, and I had the privilege of having him on my podcast. And I said, I want an amazing title for this show, because I want everybody to be able to find it, right? So I asked ChatGPT, hey, can you come up with 10? Absolutely, right? Here's an innovation tip, never ask for one, right? For a human, you're like, hey, what's an idea for a title? With ChatGPT, you can ask for 10, and it's like, sure, here's 10, right? And you notice what I did there at the bottom? Can we try 10 more? Let me ask you this. If I ask you, can you try 10 more? You know what you do? You probably punch me in the face, right? What? How dare you? You know what Chat says? Of course, happy to provide options, right? It's great. But here's the thing. I start reading through them. I go, you know what? I like numbers 3 and 8 in the first set, 1, 6, and 10 in the second. Can you generate 10 more that are variants and recombinations of those? Certainly. I'm glad you found some you liked. But then here's the thing. The next 10 weren't that good. They weren't better. And I had to figure out why. And here's what I can do. I can go to handcrafted artisanal podcast titling. Just like you hope your radiologist goes to handcrafted artisanal scan review, right? I'm sure. I picture a cardiologist who says, hang on, I'd like to listen to your heart. You go, whoa, where's your stethoscope? She goes, no, handcrafted cardiology here, right? In very few other realms of our lives would we settle for only hand. No, I want you to use every technology available to you to do the best possible job, right? Well, to get the best possible output out of a language model requires work on your part. You got to give it feedback. How would it know otherwise, right? Here's what I said. I like the pun of behind the screens, the simplicity of mastering the art of innovation, the art part. I like the alliteration of Pixar paradox, the illusion, right? I'm a nerd, but I've got to give it design parameters. It cannot read my mind. And what I find most people do is they go, it stinks. What they're thinking is, it didn't read my mind. I go, well, did you tell it that? Right, simple example. Here's one of the simplest ways to think about this. Many people will tell me, it just doesn't sound like me. You ever feel that way? AI doesn't sound like me. It sounds like AI. Here's a question for you. Have you told it what you sound like? Most people go, like Michael Scott, I got to go make a few phone calls, right? I'll be right back. Yeah. I didn't know I could tell it what I sound like. Yeah, of course you can, right? But it really only gets unlocked if you make this shift. It's a teammate. I got to onboard them. If I don't onboard them, whose fault is it they aren't delivering great work? Any great manager knows that the performance of their team is primarily on their shoulders. If we're willing to invest the time, we get way better output.